Okay, so this is going to be my playbook trade of the day. It's going to be on AMD. So as you can see, we have what I'm going to call a triangle to trend. Now, as you can see, AMD pushes up and can't push over that pivot level, rejects, pushes back up, pivot level on the daily, rejects that again, comes back up, rejects, come back down, come back up, reject. So as you can see here, we have little pivots. That's a little pivot there. We have a little pivot here, a little pivot here, another little pivot there. So as you can see, the stock is basically making a little staircase, pivot up, and then it can't push above that level there, giving us a little triangle as you can see as I outlined here. So as the stock pushes up and then pushes back down to retest that pivot level, see the nice break up above the pivot, comes back down to retest that pivot level. As it starts pushing up, this next 5-minute candle makes a high, you can get long. So you're in long at 33.76, around there. Anywhere in this range here, 33.78, 33.80. Basically around that level, right in here is the entry, and you're throwing your stop at the bottom of the last pivot. So you're not gonna throw it here or here or here. The last place is the last pivot, the last retest, which would be here. So roughly 33.66. Now, for simple math, let's say it's entries at 33.76 with a stop loss at 33.66, which is 10 cents. So you're risking 10 cents on this trade, and the stock ends up coming all the way up. This first move's pretty good because it'll be, roughly 25 cents, so roughly 2 to 1. Then it starts pulling back, and then it just really blows up here, really gets a lot of volume, comes in, gets bought back up. I don't know if this is that great of a position to add because it just happens so fast. It's like one candle here, one candle here. You never know if it's really going to roll over, and the next candle just kind of like pushes up. So I don't know if that's the best place to add, but I think this little box here is a good place to add because as it comes down, we have this candle, and then with this next candle, and finally that next candle, once this candle comes up and breaks the low of these candles here, you can add to the position, get this next move all the way up, this next leg up. And then we have this little double top here, and it kind of sells off into the day or whatever. But that's basically going to be the move. The total move here is almost a point. I think it's around roughly 80 cents. Roughly 80 cents, 75-ish to 80 cents, risking 10 cents. So, 7 to 1, profit loss ratio, or an 8 to 1 profit loss ratio. So we can look for these moving forward. We're trying to find a lot of trend trades here to capture a bigger move and to be able to add to the position. But it's just been hard being able to see things with July being so choppy. So as you can see, this is kind of choppy here to begin with. But I need to understand that even though it's choppy, this chop can tell me some sort of an answer as it starts making, the pivots higher and higher and higher. It's kind of indicating it could break out, which is exactly what it did.